Good morning, everyone. How are you? All right, let us see who we have. Scrolling up, Allie says, okay, so question of the day first is, you have a magic pencil that can replenish itself, and it's the only one you can use for the rest of your life. What brand pencil would it be, and what color would you choose? Allie says, I choose Caran d'Ache Blender. If it's the only pencil I could use, I'd have nothing to blend. So my intention was colored pencil, but I didn't specify that. So that's a legitimate answer. And if that's the case, that's probably the one I would choose too. Of course, if it's the only pencil I can use, then I'd have nothing else to blend. It's a question. It's definitely a question. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Michaela. Hello, Kenny. Lucy says, hello. It's been such a long time since I made it here. I'd pick Polychromo's Pine Green. That baby pencil needs constant rebind. Needs constantly rebind. Yes, I agree. My Pine Green, I think, is very small. Ellie, good morning. Let's see. Kenny says light fast. Of course. Let's see. Make sure I'm not missing anyone. Mona. Maybe light ultramarine and Albrecht Dürer. Ooh, that's a good one too. Hi, Natalie. Okay, I think I have everybody for now. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so I've done a lot on the page since we last streamed, but I didn't do all of it because I wanted to save some to show you how I did it. So I was staring at this page yesterday and I was just like, you know, I want to do a background, but I just wasn't sure what I wanted to do. Because with Black Widows, I don't immediately think, oh yeah, I'm gonna cover this whole page with all of this Black Widow. So I'm not gonna lie, I had to bring in a little bit of Prismacolor Black to the rescue. It's still mostly Black Widows, and of course I'm using the white. I could not do this kind of background without the white. I'm still not entirely pleased with it yet. I kind of feel like I want to make these a little bit darker because I chose really light colors. So from the Black Widow set, we did things like ice cream, eggshell. I keep saying we, but no, it was me that did it yesterday. There's more of me. Cool green, washed green. What else? We've got the light pink, the milk, hot pink, and iceberg. So I just did a collection of a bunch of different colors, but there's nothing that says you can't go darker, which we might do a little bit darker after I finish the background. We'll see how far we get today, because I'll be honest, this and catching up here took me a good portion of the day yesterday, and I was like, holy heck, there's no way we're gonna do all of this on stream. So that's why I left this little corner so I could show you how I did it. The tool that I used was, oh, thanks, Lucy. Michaela says I would do my Cezanne's colored pencils and I would choose all of the colors. You can't choose all of the colors. You could choose one color. One color. And so I use this for the larger circles. I use this one and I just kind of, you know, switch back and forth. This is my favorite tool to use for all of the different shapes. Good morning, Ev. Good morning, Catherine. How are you? Okay, I'm gonna put the cat out. She was sleeping, but she's annoyed by my talking. So come on, kitty. Come on, come on, come on. Out you go. She's an old lady kitty and she doesn't like extra noise. She's like, all right, I'm leaving. You're gonna be loud. I'm trying to nap. Okay. Put my earbuds back in. Okay, so what I did, let's go ahead and zoom in here so you can see this upper portion, because I have a couple things to go over, which we are gonna color it today. So I already have the circles drawn. Let me turn down the sound here. Okay, so I already have the circles drawn. Like I said, I used my circle maker and then I kind of jumped in between all of the light colors and kind of preemptively colored them in. And so we're gonna go ahead and use our blacks and everything. So I'll show you step by step how I did that. This is the glass pane on the outside of the terrarium. We're also gonna cover that, but basically I colored the background the same way I would. And this is part of the reason why I wanted to do a background, because I wanted it to help showcase the fact that this is glass. So I did the background regular, and then what I did is I used the white on top of it. And then I pressed really hard and I did a white kind of lighter outline on the outside. And then I used a little bit of Posca for the highlight. Obviously I caught up on the flower and the leaves. Michaela said she would choose light blue. Very nice. Right, Allie? Oh, she is like, is she 15? I want to say she's closing in on 15. She's getting up there, and she has no patience for any shenanigans. When Annie tries to play with her, she hisses at her, and she's like, kid, I do not have the time, the energy, or the patience for this. I have important naps to do. Yeah, you got to pick one color. One color. Out of all the pencils, you get to have one brand and one color to choose from. But yeah, so that was mostly what I worked on yesterday. So we're gonna dive in. You can see I've already kind of started the background back here. But I'm gonna do this here so you can kind of see how I built that up. Like I said, it was a bit of a to-do. So I was just like, yeah, we're gonna finish most of this off stream. Because even if I started it on stream, I wouldn't finish it on stream because it just took way too long. So it was interesting. I have my color chart here and everything, and I've got these two blacks, and they look pretty well black, pretty much the same. That's impossible. Oh no. Polychroma cinnamon. Oh, I do like the cinnamon. They look pretty black, but what I discovered when I colored them out and I laid them down is they're actually a very almost, because I used Midnight for most of it, because I was looking at both of these. And if you look at them very closely, it might be hard to see on stream, but if you look at them very closely, Midnight looks like a slightly cooler black than the Black Widow. So that's what I choose to do, hi Marilyn, for most of the sketching. But when I laid it all out and I used the blender on top of it, it's actually like kind of a brownish black. Like you can see it here a little bit where I haven't done too much over the top. Like I kind of stopped right about here, but you can see that's actually kind of like a brownish black, which is why I brought in the Prismacolor black. But then I realized I don't have any backups of the Prismacolor black. So I need to do that next time I swing by Hobby Lobby. But yeah, so that's kind of where I am at with that. So we're gonna grab, let's see, not chalk tones. So we have Midnight here. And we've got Black Widow. We're gonna have the black. We're gonna have the white. Because it was more of a warmer black than I wanted, I brought in the navy blue that I put on top of it at a certain point, and then we're gonna use the blender. So as far as the black portion of the, oh, she's meant to say hi, gotcha. As far as the black portion of the background, this is what I use. So we have 2 Prismacolors, the black and the white, and then 3 of the Black Widows and the blender pencil. Like I said, the colors here, I alternated. You could choose whatever colors you want. I chose pink and green because that's gonna be a lot of our main color scheme for the flowers and the plants inside the terrarium. In hindsight, like I'm almost wondering if it would have worked better if I had done watercolors, but one of the reasons I chose not to is because I didn't want, there is something on my lens. I was like, what is that? Hang on. I don't know what that was. Look at that, it's right there. Okay, I'm going crazy. I wonder if it's on the inside. I wonder how much this will shut off. Hang on. That's gonna really bother me. Okay, camera's gonna go off for a second. Go check and see if it's on here or, oh no, it was a smudge on the lens. Okay, hang on, I'm cleaning it. Camera's gonna be off for a second. Hang on, we're still here. I'm just bothered by the shmush on the lens here. That way we don't have like a mystery spot. There we go. Okay, we're gonna get back on here. There we go. Should turn back on here in a second. Hopefully. And there we go. Okay, now. Wait, it's still there? I'm losing my mind. Okay, well, I guess we're just gonna have to deal with the mystery smudge on the lens. I apologize, folks. I have no idea what it is. I'm gonna have to take a look later. So, ignore that. It's gonna be the bane of my existence. It's right in the middle. I'm okay. Much better than a blue screen, right? Exactly. Yeah, it really is, Lucy. But that's what I'm thinking, Shannon, because I looked on the back window and the front and it's not there. So I think I'm gonna need to clean my sensor. Something, because I had the lenses off earlier. So yeah. Hi, Marina. Looks like it's part of the background. I mean, yes, see, you can't see anything there. Ta-da! All right, we'll just ignore it. Oh, my OCD is gonna hate that. Okay, anyway, so I alternated with all the light colors for the circles. So we're gonna go ahead and start with Midnight. But yeah, we'll do a sensor cleaning after. I can't believe I didn't notice that till now. Probably because I had the black on here. Oh well, I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. All right, so we are gonna start with Midnight. Like I said, I've already got the little circle sections. I know they're pretty light to see, but the idea is, yeah, just shift it so it's over the black part. It's all good. All right. Oh, that thing. See, if it had been something simple. Okay, hang on. I know I'm being picky. I just want to check one more time. Just make sure. See if it's on the actual lens. I am gonna have to wait if it is on the sensor, but I just don't know what it is here. So hang on. Watch, I'm just gonna make it worse. We're gonna go back and there's just like a giant fingerprint and it's just like, oh, okay. Okay. If this didn't do it, then yeah, I'm just gonna have to wait. All right, give it a second. It'll catch up. Nope, it's on the sensor. Okay. All right. I'm gonna let my OCD just stop. Yeah, I checked the back. It's definitely on the sensor. I'll just have to, clean it off. All right, anyway, so midnight is what we are going to use first. And you can see I kind of stopped here. You can kind of see from these how I started. Yeah, it's fine. We're gonna name it. We're gonna name him Fred the Spot, okay? And he actually loves the stream so much, he wanted to hang out. So everyone, meet Fred. All right, so midnight is what we're gonna start with. And obviously here, I've already added, I started out going pretty light, but I realized when I was partially through, I didn't need to go that light and I didn't need to leave that much space around the outside of the circles. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and turn this on its side since we're doing this corner here. Right? Fred's always gotta be the center of attention. Gosh, dang it, Fred. All right, so we're gonna use midnight. Now I did it darker right up along the edge. And as you layer, you can go back and kind of fill in where it's at. But I know that there have been a few people that have been curious about this kind of style, and mine's obviously not, you know, the most perfect rendition, but it works for me. And so if you are curious how I accomplish it, this is how I do it. If I was using Prismacolors, I think it might work a little bit better because they're a much softer pencil than this one. So I use the blender, I use the Prismacolors, you know, it all kind of works out. I'm tempted to, though, once I'm done, take like a black gelato to kind of fill in any of the other little space, because you can still kind of see, obviously we've got glare on the light because of the pencils, but you can still kind of see how it's not like a perfect, not matte black. I don't expect it to be matte because, you know, there's going to be some gloss from the wax. But I might try and take some gelatos and fill that in just a little bit. It would be better if his name was Bobby, so we could say, "Dang it, Bobby!" Okay, yeah, his name's Bobby. Bobby. Dang it, Bobby. Bobby, we're going to Whataburger. And good morning, Ronnie. Good morning, anyone I missed. Good morning, Julia. Hey, Fred. Okay. Yeah, because I used it to photograph the picture for the cover photo, and it wasn't there then, so it had to have been just some sort of dust or something that got on there when I was switching lenses yesterday. All right, so I'm not pressing particularly hard. Obviously, we can go darker on the edges, but we're gonna lay down all of our black, all of our midnight black, and then we're gonna lay our blender on top. And then from there, we're just going to continue to layer the pencils until we get the color that we want. And that could be the wrong order, which it does get harder to layer on top once you use the blender. But I feel like using the blender kind of helps me to gauge just how dark everything is. And I got to be honest, if I didn't use the blender and I just used the pencil and like mushed it until I got it to as dark as I wanted it to be, I would use up all of this pencil like so fast, because that was my other concern, because I was just like, oh dang, I'm gonna use up all my black pencils. But oh no, Ev, if I hadn't said anything, although, you know, if I hadn't said anything, there'd be that one person in the comments that'd be like, did you know there's something on your screen? I'd be like, oh man. But yeah, so we are just going to keep adding midnight. Now we're going to go in and out of all these circles. So yeah, I remember I've done some Prismacolor Okay, we're going to rewind. Exclamation point words. I've done some Prismacolor backgrounds that were like this. Specifically, I did a video where I was showing how to blend with Prismacolors using, I think there was a Dahlia purple involved, there was a lilac, and something else. And I kind of showed how you can get a background blend like this for Prismacolors. But I just remember using a lot of pressure and going through it. I did a Lost Ocean page once where I added Dory to it. And the background was blue, like a solid blue. I think it was a little bit of a gradient. But I just ate up that pencil like so fast. So my goal for this was not to completely use up the pencils. Yeah, words are hard today. Words are very hard. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it back. Oh, I was out of frame. I apologize. Okay. Okay, so now that I've got all this black down, I'm gonna start pressing a little bit harder. My papers start to curl a little bit just because I've put so much pressure on it. So many layers of pencil. But yeah, you could do this with watercolor. In fact, we may attempt this with watercolor at some point. Like I said, I was just concerned with the, like we could do watercolor pencils. Because I don't know if any of you saw the background that Sarah Renee Clark did with her Kirby Roseanne's, her space helmet one. And this was kind of the same method, except she used I want to say the Derwent ink tints. And so this stage where after she's filled it in, like that would have worked really well. But we are using Black Widows, not watercolors. Thanks, Kenny. Let's see. Oh, right, Ev? No, I'm right there with you. You got to spell words. Yeah, so they're pretty soft and you can just go through them so quickly. No, I was having one of those days the other day. My doctor has a new medicine that I'm trying, and I swear it's just like my brain is not connected and I am just not functioning the way that I needed to. I messaged Steve and I was just like, I can't words. I functioning. I can't, like I could hear it in my head, but like I couldn't get it out the way I wanted to. It was just a serious like brain fog day. And I'm just like, this is not good. All right, so I'm gonna go a little bit harder now, mostly on the edges, kind of follow that through, because here in just a bit, we are gonna be using the blender. Okay. Exactly, it's Wednesday. Yes, I saw that. I saw that she did that. I haven't checked it out, but I did see her post for it. Okay. All right. So I think that's pretty good for where we're at. So now I'm going to give the Caran d'Ache blender a quick sharpen. Right? Don't you love that? When it's like, it makes sense in your head, but getting it out from your head, out of your mouth to the person you're trying to, like, it just doesn't connect sometimes. Yeah. So we went to the drive-through safari this weekend. We actually went on Saturday because I realized we were going to be really tired afterwards, and I didn't really want to be that tired going into Monday. So we chose to go on Saturday rather than actually on Mother's Day, and it was so fun. I definitely got not mauled, like we had, you know, the windows down and the bags full of food, and there was a cow that got his head in it and was like trying to get the food like straight out of my lap, and like my hand got all slobbed. I was like, ah, gross. But the kids had a good time and they got to feed a giraffe, and so it was a nice Mother's Day weekend. We went out to eat and then took the kids to Cold Stone. They crashed so hard by the time we got home though. It was fun. 23 hours total, Monday and Tuesday. Oh, that's good, Lucy. I think brain fog is just a permanent thing with me. Like before it was just like, oh, brain fog with migraines. And it's like, no, we're going to do brain fog with regular day-to-day stuff. It's like, oh, okay then. That's cool. I don't mind. Okay. What did everyone else do for Mother's Day? If that was something that you celebrated? Any good gifts? Any good fun times? Okay. All right. So there I've used obviously you can see it's very brown. There's a lot of white going through. Cow cases. Oh no, it was gross. Oh, and at one point, like a deer breathed in my face. And it smelled so bad. I was like dry heaving in the car. I was like, oh my God, Steve, drive. Like it was so bad. They all thought it was hilarious. I'm over there like doubled over like, oh, it's so bad. It was like right in my face, like inches. And I was like, no. It was bad. Okay, so now I'm going to use the navy blue. And I am going to lightly go over this. You can see how much that darkens it up all by itself, though. We have a ways to go, though. This is why this particular background took me a while. I mean, but it's just, you know, they're Black Widows. They are good for like shading and stuff, but doing these really heavy dark backgrounds, it gets a little bit more difficult. All right, so now what I want to do before I go on to any more of the background, we're going to grab our colors that I used for these circles and we're going to make them a little bit darker. Oh, well, to be fair, they don't have opposable thumbs. So, you know, they got that going against them. Okay, so let's see. This one is light pink. I'm trying to remember which ones I used here. We've got these greens. I'm just going by look mostly. Okay, so this green and these greens. So this one is iceberg and this belongs here. So we're gonna make this a little bit darker because we're gonna go over these with white. Okay, this one up here is the washed green. Okay. And then we have cool green. Okay. This one's kind of an orangey one. This is ice cream. We're gonna put this one, let's see. Make sure, let's see, that's Merc. Yeah, we're gonna do ice cream here. And that one continued over there. And then, oops, almost dropped the pencil. Let's see, we're gonna do that one there. And then this one here is kind of a pinkish one, but not the super dark pink. This one's gonna be light pink. So we're gonna go a little bit darker. Okay, and then we have milk here. And then hot pink. Checking chat there. I realized I didn't put chat up in front of me. I had my phone plugged in. Hi, Mandy. How are you? I was like, man, I keep looking over. Like something's missing here from. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna pull up chat here. Here we go. Push your volumes down. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right, there we go. All right, so let's see. So now we've got that all a little bit darker. I want to get Midnight again, and I want to get it a little bit closer to these colors. Just a little bit. I'm not going to go as heavy as I did before. Okay. Just a little bit, because we are going to be using our white here in a moment. Like I said, I would not be able to create this without the Prismacolor white. But I used the Prismacolor white in a lot of ones, so I didn't think it was cheating too much. But I'll be honest, like this, I started out with a long pencil. This was what it was by the end of it. So yeah. Maybe I need the Prismacolor white to be my magically replenishing pencil. Okay, so now we're gonna do white, and I am going to fill this in. So one of the things that I did yesterday is I actually wiped the tip of this pencil off on my pants a lot. If you don't want to do that, have something nearby that you can kind of scribble on or wipe it on the tip, because since you're doing a lot of black, you don't want that much cross-contamination in your colors. So make sure that you're wiping off your tip if you need to. Oh, awesome. Well, hi, Lolly. Thank you. Okay, so now we're going to go to the edge a little bit. You know, I think we'll go ahead and pause, and we're going to add some more of the Prismacolor black in, because you can see it's pretty well not filled in at this point. Give this a quick sharpen. I don't do backgrounds a ton, partially just because of the amount of time that it takes to do them. So when you do a full page background, be aware that it's, you know, a bit of a time commitment to spend the time that you need to get it to where it should be at. So we're going over the blue here. I know it kind of looks like a hot mess right now, but we will get there. I probably should have saved a background like this to do with Prismacolor solely, but we're making it work. And like I said, you could use watercolors, you could use pastels, whatever you want to use. Most important thing is to put down your colored circles before you add your black, because it's going to be a lot harder to layer brighter colors over the top of black. Like, I know white can go through it pretty good, but you got to be aware of it. So after we do this section of background, we're going to move on to this stuff in the middle. I want to try and cover as much of this as possible if anybody is following along, whether now or in the future. Oh, nice, Lucy. And I've totally done that. Exactly, Ev. Yeah, you definitely have a speed factor when it comes to pastels. And one of the reasons I'm debating about doing gelatos over pastels on the top is just because this is going to be a pretty waxy page already, and I don't think the pastels would stick on top of this. But gelatos themselves are pretty wet, moist. I don't know what's the word for those, but they would work over it a little bit better. All right, let's go ahead and use a little bit of the blender now. And press a little bit harder. Try and burnish that out just a little bit more. Definitely shaking the table a bit. And you can see too, at the way that I'm holding it with my fingers being wide at the tip, you know I'm pressing hard. You could, but then there's the being able to get soft edges. Okay. All right. It's coming along. It's getting closer. It also does, like, because you guys are getting light glare on it too. That's a hard trick, is when you do a whole dark background, is photographing it to where you're not picking up that glare. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead, before we add more black on top of that, we're gonna go through with our white and get our little circles done here. So let's give this a quick sharpen. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. My brain, I'm telling you, my brain is not functioning. You're right, Ev. It's not a good Emily brain day. All right, so now I'm not snapping the tip, you're snapping the tip. Okay, so that's the thing. I'm pressing a lot harder than I usually do, so I'm definitely gonna snap some pencil tips today. So I apologize in advance, pencils. I still love you. Okay, so I'm using the white. Wipe off here. Okay. Yeah, I think my brain called in sick today and said, nah, I'm gonna stay home and watch Netflix. So if I mess up today, I'm gonna say it's my brain's fault. They took a sick day and decided to stay in bed and watch Netflix. So yeah, blame it on the brain. All right, here we go. Okay, so now we're gonna do the next one. Like I said, I'm pressing pretty hard. Oh, F.
Here's to snapping pencil tips. Underscore Emily snap
Exclamation
colon
point
underscore
high.
Emily
Thank
snap
you,
colon
Ev.
underscore
I
Emily snap
appreciate
colon
you.
underscore Emily snap
That's good,
colon
Dawn.
underscore Emily snap.
Use those handy dandy emotes. There we go. Thank you, Ev. My slow brain this morning, thanks you very much. Because it's the one that's snapping the pencils. Basically, it's just not my fault. All right, let's go ahead, finish blending that out. All right, let's grab Midnight. Appreciate that, Ev. Thank you again. All right, we're going to make sure that black, wait, what is this, Midnight? Yeah. I swear, this is such a brown pencil. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab our Prismacolor black now. And we are gonna go over this just a bit more. Now it's pretty waxy at this point, so there's gonna be quite a bit kind of coming off. See all this kind of floating on the paper? But we're just kind of filling in the last of the areas that just weren't dark enough. And this is why I'm thinking gelatos would be helpful to go over the top, because with gelatos, you don't need to press nearly as hard as you do with pencils. So there's going to be less pencil coming back up. Well, there won't be any shortage of that today, I swear. I snapped so many pencils yesterday. So many. Every time I was like, man, it's a good thing chat's not here because I would be snapping loads of pencils around them. Okay. Here we go. All right, so that's up to there. Let's go ahead and blend that out. We can take our white again, make sure the tip is clean. And blend that right there. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and move on up to these ones here. Sounds good, Lolly. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, blend out the pink. Well, little Steve is actually home today because he came down with a little bit of a cold, but thankfully it doesn't seem to be sticking around all that long. He only had a brief fever yesterday, and he has been essentially fever-free all day now. So it'll be nice. He'll be able to go back to school tomorrow. Just short little 24-hour cold. Okay, so now we're going to blend this one out to the edge. Kind of swirl it a little bit. Trying to keep it in a circle shape. Okay. Now let's do these ones. See, in person, these circles don't look as white as they do to you all. Like, I can see a fair amount of color. Things never translate as well on the camera as they do in real life. You can get close, but it's never quite the same. It's kind of like when you see a celebrity in real life for the first time, and you're so used to the images that you've seen of them on TV, and you realize just how different they actually look. All right, we're gonna use a little bit of black in this corner. But that's also possibly because in movies they have like a whole team of hair and makeup, and in real life that doesn't actually happen. I don't know, I suppose if you're a big enough celebrity, you have hair and makeup follow you around all the time. Can you imagine? I don't know that I'd want them to follow me around all the time. I mean, sure, I'd look great all the time, but then I'd be like, okay, you guys are crowding me. I need some space. All right, so now let's go ahead and do this orange one here. All right, to the edge of the black. Okay, and then the green. And like I said, every time I'm switching, or I know I have a significant amount of black, I just wipe the pencil tip on my pants. I've never had the pencils stain my pants before. But I also live in yoga pants, so even if it did, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Okay, so let's try and get rid of that glare there. All right, I'm gonna, ooh, I bent the page. Let's zoom out for a second. Okay. See if I can get that without the glare. Yeah, so we definitely need to add more black in here. Yeah, I'm zoomed out right now, but that's because I'm just filling in the black. It doesn't need to be too zoomed in. It's easier to see it as a whole than it is super close up. Okay. And I know I didn't technically finish coloring the rest of it before I did the background, but I had an idea and I wanted to roll with it. Okay. Yeah, the Prismacolor black is definitely a superior black. Okay. Aw, thanks, Carol. Oh, I love that. Have to clean the tip of the pencil, Bob. Hang on, I got a little black fleck on there. Fix that. There we go. So, like I said, the lights behind it have more color to it in real life, and it'll look different too once we have the rest of these in here. So, like I said, I used white over the top to make it look like glass, so that it's not quite as dark as the ones in the back. I'll probably try and do the gelatos off stream later. Mostly because I don't feel like getting all that out right now. But if it does look a little bit darker when I take a final photograph of it, that is because I use the gelatos on top of the background. Okay, let's move that. Now what we're gonna go ahead and move on to is we are gonna work on the rest of the inside stuff, starting with probably the mushrooms, because I think that's kind of what we established they might be from last time. So I'm thinking brown. I didn't look up any mushroom colors because I kind of just wanted to roll with it myself. So let's start with, I want to get Foxy Brown. Let's see, Foxy Brown is going to be number 22. See, from the Black Widow set. There it is. Okay, Foxy Brown. And then let's get Negra from the Dark Tone set, number 10. Let's see here. Dragon. Might be on the next page. Yeah, there it is. Okay, and then let's get, let's see, I'll zoom out a little bit so you can see the whole chart. Let's see, from Foxy Brown, let's go to Fawn, which I might already have out, but let's check. Fawn is number 121 from the Monarch set. Let's see, it's next to Merc and Candy. There it is, Fawn. Okay, and then we'll grab, let's do Merc, which we already have out. Okay, so those are the colors we're gonna start with. We're gonna give them all a quick sharpen. Oh, that didn't take us that long. That section only took us about 40 minutes. Which is not bad considering how long it took me yesterday. But I was also still just figuring it out yesterday. A little bit more. Okay, so let's start with let's see, the Dark Tone set number 10. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit. That light glare is super fun. Yeah, anyway. Okay, we're gonna start with number 10. Let's see, that's part of the flower. I think this is like a peony, the way that the leaves are curled up around it. But we're gonna do the flicks kind of like we did with the flower. Let's see, let's bring it down a little bit. Kind of use the shape of the curve. There we go. I was looking at Arena's pictures the other day, and she does such dark backgrounds. I think she uses watercolor on a lot of hers. I need to start busting out my watercolors more often. Sounds good, Allie. Okay, and let's actually do a few of these at once. So let's do this one here. A little bit here. Okay, let's do this one. There we are. Let's do a little bit of a curve on the top of this part. Like I said, just kind of following the lines here. Okay. All right, now let's go ahead and grab, oh, a pitcher plant, yeah. Let's go ahead and grab Foxy Brown. Want to make sure we leave enough room for the other ones. Yeah, she always does a really good variety of different kinds of plants. Okay. Bring that there. We'll do the top of that one here in just a moment. But we're using the Foxy Brown. Okay, this one too. Just like so. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and grab Fawn. Just put in trial balance to switch the debits and credits. You need to stop working. Works for me. Break time. Emily went to the dark side? Absolutely. They had cookies. All right, so now we're gonna use Fawn. Fill that in a little bit more. Leaving enough room for when we put in, what did I choose? What is it? Milk. Milk is what we chose for that one. Did I say Merc earlier? I can't remember. Anyway, the next color is going to be Milk. Okay. Same thing here. And then when we're all done with this too, I'll get a good picture of it posted online. Okay, so now we're gonna use Milk. We're gonna fill this in. I feel like we need to bring in some burgundy on this. Okay, fill that in there. Let's grab our number 10 here. We're gonna fill that in here. There we go. And then let's use Fawn. And because that part's darker, I actually want to make the top of this one darker as well. Are we in focus here? And I feel like we could turn that brightness down. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and use Negra here. Make this a little bit darker. Here we go. Hi, Christina. How are you? We're letting it slide because words are hard, right? See, at least I remembered that I said the wrong word. It's just not a good words day. Okay. Then we're going to use Fawn. Well, sometimes, you know, it would help if colors were just named colors, like this is blue, this is green, This is skin tone color number 1. Skin tone color number 2. This one's the kind of yellow. Okay, that's it. I'm making my own set, and that's what I'm gonna name it. I'm gonna be like, okay, this is blue, this is brown, this is kind of purple, this is sort of green. That's genius. I really want to make that now. Kind of purple, sort of green, a smidgen of blue. All right, let's do burgundy wherever I put that. Is that it there? Yes, a little bit of burgundy. All right, so we're gonna use a little bit of that here. Hang on, we're gonna sharpen this real quick. Yeah, Steve colors, there you go. I think this might be red. That's literally gonna be the whole title. I think this might be red. And then there will be one pencil in the, yeah, grayish, greeny-ish, exactly. There will be one pencil in the entire set that actually has a legitimate name, like, but it's gonna be one that's incredibly difficult to pronounce. Like, what's that Caran d'Ache color that's like anthracenoid pink or something like that, that has like just a bunch of random letters in the word? That's gonna be just one pencil. And then the rest of them will all be, yeah, this one's kind of like that one flower I saw that one day. I really want to make that set of pencils now. Kickstarter for crazily named pencils. All right, a little bit of the burgundy. Hi, Mary. She decided I had a lazy day. My son ordered coloring books for me. I have no clue what he ordered. Should be fun. Oh, awesome, Mary. Sounds like an awesome day. Okay, so a little bit of that burgundy. We're gonna go back in. Yeah, anthropomorphic chartreuse. There you go. I love it. All right, so now we're gonna use Negra. There. Or I'll write one out because Steve likes to say it, Phthalo blue. I'll spell it like that, where it's gonna be like PUH-THALO. Hi, Dominique, how are you? These pencils will be in honor of Steve. Okay. So let's see. Let's go ahead now and we're gonna move on to the flower. I wanna make sure we cover everything today. How are we doing on time? We're doing good still. If we have time, we'll come back and do more of those. But let's move on to this flower. Let's do this in, let's stick to kind of our pink theme we have going on here. Or maybe we'll do a little bit of purple. Well, no, because a peony is usually pretty pink. Go figure, there's a pretty pink one. Let's see, doing good, Dominique. Let's grab plum pudding, which is number 10. Let's see, from the, which set is it? From the Black Widow set. Let's see, fancy pink, pig's ear. I mean, honestly, these are hilarious. All right, plum pudding, there we are. Okay, plum pudding. Let's get hot pink, which I know I have out already. Yep, hot pink. Let's do blush, which is number 15. And let's get, ooh, you know what? Instead of plum pudding, let's do the dragon color rosy. And that is number 136. So instead of plum pudding, we're gonna do rosy. And then we're gonna use Shiraz, or no, we're gonna use Evil Red, which is from Dragon set number 160. Evil Red, let's see, looking, 160, here we go. Okay, so Evil Red, Rosy, Hot Pink, and Blush are gonna be our colors. Right, exactly. It's actual pigment names on the Luminance pencils. I've had oil paints in those colors. That's amazing. All right, let's go ahead and give this a quick sharpen. And it should hopefully look different than this flower because it doesn't have the orange. Oh, you know what? We didn't use the blender on the little mushroom thingies. We should do that. Okay, almost done. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and sharpen our blender too. There we go. And we're gonna do that to this. Okay. And here. And here. There we go. That's nice and smooth. I like that. All right, so let's start with the Evil Red. It's not, you'd be proud of me, Ev. This is just from when we started streaming. I emptied it before stream. I did. I was like, oh, we need to empty this one. I did. I emptied it before stream. You'd be so proud of me. All right, so we're gonna start with Evil Red. Okay, gonna go along the base here. Which it's definitely not a super red color. It's definitely more of like in the magenta colors. Okay, and then a little bit here. Going a little bit lighter on the edge so we can blend in those other colors. Okay. Now, just like I did on the other side, when I get over here, when we get to doing this window pane, which we're going to choose one of these little glass panes to do before we go so you can see how I did the window as well. And I think it'll probably be this one. But that means we'll need to do finish the background on that portion as well. Or we might do that one. I don't know. We're going to do one of them because I want you to be able to see how I did them. Okay. But this will be a significant lighter color than the rest of the flower. Let's see. Let's do this here. Oh, awesome, Deborah! I think it is because it needs a battery change. I think it might actually need a battery change. I haven't changed the batteries yet since this happened. Oh, it takes 4. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go hunting for some batteries. There you go. Yeah, I think it needs new batteries. Because it is a battery-powered one. Actually, hang on real quick. Oh, no, I'll do it after stream. Never mind. Watching me change batteries is not something you guys probably enjoy doing. Okay. I'll have to look and see when I made that review video, and then I can actually say how long the battery lasted. Okay. Till it started to get whiny and complaining, saying, I'm running out of power. Why don't you take care of me better? And I'll be like, I'm putting you to the test. It's for science. I must let your batteries run till they can run no more. And then I tell my sharpener to stop complaining. Because, you know, I talk to inanimate objects on a fairly regular basis. I'm special like that. That is amazing, though. 92. I love that. Wow, that's awesome, Deborah. Okay, we're still just using Evil Red. If I'm using Evil Red on my page, does that mean that the coloring page is going to be cursed somehow because the red is so evil? Okay. All right, so that is the Evil Red, and I wasn't even fully in frame for that one. Wow, I apologize for that one. I'm super awesome streamer. Yay me. Okay, now we're gonna use Rosie. Okay. go. Let's see. So what are you guys going to do for his birthday? Can you imagine if you put 92 candles on a birthday cake? Now I'm wondering, what do you think is the Guinness Book of World Record for the most candles put on a cake? Like, surely somebody must have done it. Or maybe that's not something that Guinness... I guess lit candles. You could put as many. Aw, Ev! Thank you, sweet lady. Thank you. You didn't have to do that. Appreciate you. All fun, Deborah. Yeah, a really large sheet cake. Exactly. But then, like, trying to light them all before they all melt. You'd have to have, like, multiple people lighting. Whoa, that's actually been done, Shannon? 72,585? How on earth did they light that? Did they just, like, blowtorch the whole thing and, like, melt half the cake? Please tell me there's a YouTube video of that somewhere. Because that's something I would like to see. Right? Absolutely, Christina. I don't know. I'm the kind of person that would find that, like, super enjoyable. Like, you know those channels where the guys, like, say that they're like, oh, this was this, you know, abandoned house or whatever. I'm going to mow the lawn, or I'm going to, like, do the yard work. Like those guys that like, oh, I used the pressure washer and found a sidewalk that, you know, hadn't been out for 30 years or whatever. It's like, oh, I'd watch that. Blowtorch, it'd have to be, you know? I wouldn't want to blow that out. Can you imagine? Well, thankfully, I don't think you're going to be turning 72,585 anytime soon. Still. Like, I was watching somebody set up for this big fancy dinner. It was this video that they had on Instagram. And they had this really long, like super long table. And they had candles that were, you know, candles that were this big, but that was the centerpiece lining the entire table. And they had to have like a bunch of people lighting it, which was like, I don't see how you couldn't have, you'd have to have a bunch of people lighting it just with how long it would take. Can you imagine if they used matches to light those 72,585 candles? Like, you would go through so many boxes of matches. Surely you'd have to do the electric, you know, lighters. Or, you know, the blowtorch theory, that works too. Let's actually use blush, and then we'll use the hot pink. So we're gonna fill in the rest of this. We're just gonna go over the whole flower with blush. Okay. We're definitely gonna have to get our contrasting color in here. We're gonna fill in the rest of the flower with this. Okay. Oh, hi, Frederica. Thank you. Yeah, no, hard pass. Right? Yes, the rug washing. Oh, I haven't done exploring abandoned houses. Ooh, that would be spooky. Okay, hot pink. But yeah, the ones where they completely redo somebody's yard. Like, those videos are really long, which I get, so I usually end up putting them on, like, fast speed, or, like, I skip, you know, jump 10 seconds a bunch of times to get all the way through it. But being able to see the finished yard, I'm just like, nice. Plus, you know, it always feels good. Like, there's, you know, houses where maybe a person is disabled and they don't have anybody to help take care of them, and so, you know, they haven't done yard work, and they have all these city notices, and the guys drive by and they're like, you know, I'm sure some of them are probably staged, but, you know, the idea of it is nice, where they're like, hey, I want to fix up your yard for free. And so then they do, and they get rid of all the bushes, and the neighbors are so happy because it's finally all clean now. And now you're just like, aw. Ooh, yeah, Ev, that'd be cool. But, yeah, they're fun to watch. Very cathartic. It's like, aw, now the yard's clean. Yay. Also, I went on TikTok and I looked to see if there was a channel. Now, there's some like specific like ASMR videos that are like, oh, I'm gonna, you know, sharpen my pencils with me, but that's just like a one-off. There is no account on there that's just, you know, all about sharpening pencils. It's a thing. I could do it. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's put a little bit more of the hot pink down here. There we go. All right, let's go in with a green. Let's grab turquoise, actually. Turquoise is going to be number 30 from the Scorpion set. It's 93, 30. Here we go. Oh, actually, I haven't used this color that much. That is surprising to me. Yeah, I can hear it slowing down. It's like, please change my batteries. Yeah, jet washing. Yeah, the pressure washers. I've been invested in this family who inherited their uncle's house. They had no clue really about him, and the stuff they found has been interesting. Love that kind of stuff, right? Yeah, rug washing. One from Portland. I like his videos. He does breakdancing on the floor at the end. I also follow, there's a guy on Instagram. I can't remember, but he like refurbishes and fixes these really big rugs. You crack me up, lady. Well, then you will definitely get new batteries. You are so funny. Thank you, Ev. One from Poland, like his videos. He does a breakdance. Oh, I already read that part. I read it as Portland. I literally saw that as Portland, but you said Poland. Oh my gosh, my brain today. All right, so turquoise. Like, I am not kidding. I read that and I could have swore I saw Portland, but it says Poland. So what happens when you scan things to read them? But your rug doesn't even have to look that dirty to be able to get, as much dirt as they get out of these things sometimes. Because sometimes you don't even know it. Like every time I vacuum, we have laminate floors now that, well, they look like hardwood floors, but they're laminate. But we have area rugs, and every time, obviously because it doesn't stick to the laminate because I sweep, a lot of it is attracted to the area rugs. Every time I vacuum, I'm always just shocked by how much cat hair and dust, and it's like, how did this even, where did all of this come from? And there it is. This makes me glad we have a good vacuum. Labuski Centrum said, I'm not even gonna attempt to pronounce that last name today. I'll have to look him up. All right, so we're just using the turquoise. And come to think of it, since we did a black background, we could add a little bit of black to these flowers and still have it work. Okay, almost there. There we go. All right, now let's go ahead and do Evil Red. Okay, over the top of that, because I don't want it to be, super bright green on here. Just enough to make it a little bit darker. Okay. Here we go. All right. Hey, has anybody that does diamond painting, has anybody here ordered from Dreamer Designs? I feel like that name is popping up more and more on my feed of people that are trying them out. And apparently they have about the same quality of diamond paintings as Diamond Art Club does. Oh, awesome, Ev. Yay. I'll take a look at those after stream. But yeah, I've been hearing about them more and more. And the funny thing is they have a lot of the same artists available on theirs. I was surprised that, I don't know. I guess maybe Diamond Art Club doesn't have an exclusivity clause. As long as they're not doing the same images for the same website, doesn't mean they can't do their stuff, only there. But yeah, it seems like they've got a lot of good stuff on there. Okay, so now we're going to do Rosie. thought my dime painting was actually working on it the other day. Quite enjoyable. And I only spilled stuff like once. Okay. So we're just using Rosie. Here we go. Oh, you've watched the videos together? Oh, I love that. All right, so now hot pink. And then we'll use the blender as soon as we're done with this. And then we will move on. Like I said, I want to try and cover almost everything today. Okay. Here we go. All right, let's go ahead and use our blender. Hi, Rinka, how are you? All right, so now we're gonna use our blender, kind of burnish and soften that out. There we go. A little bit more. Almost done. Okay. Let's go ahead and go in with a little bit of Black Widow. Art restoration videos, I've seen them, but I haven't watched them too much. I think so, yeah, Carol, I've used it on a number of different pencils, and yeah, I have yet to find a pencil that it doesn't really work with. All right, so we're gonna use Black Widow now. I wanna add a little bit of black to it. Yeah, some of the ones just blow me away with what they can do with those. Okay, let's put some black here. Yeah, I'll have to update the sharpener video and let everybody know. Be like, okay, update from like six months in the future. It works awesome. And I'd like to think I'd consider it pretty regular use. Okay, just a little bit more there. Nothing? You saw nothing? Nah, it's all right. I already admitted I was going to be snapping quite a few tips today. There we go. All right, now we're going to use our blender. Just real quick. Soften some of those lines. Okay, there we go. There we go. Not too shabby. You can always add a little bit more shadow underneath. In fact, I think we will. Just a little bit more on the side that is pointed down towards the base of it. We'll fix that here in a second. I know it looks like scribbles right now, but we'll make it work. There we go. Okay. And blendy, blend, blend. There we go. There we are. Ooh, awesome, Ev. Take a look in general channel Discord. I bought a pop manga book that has some person's art, but by a different person. Oh, same person's art. You. Wait, did I see that? I think I saw you posted like that some was like a copy. Ooh, thanks for the links. Yeah, I saw that. It's possible. I remember even way back in the day, I found a counterfeit Johanna book. I had ordered a Korean version for a friend and it came back and some of the pages were cropped. Everything was out of order. Things were upside down. Like, I'm like, it's crazy, but they're out there. Okay, let's see. How are we doing on time? It is 11:11. Let's shift up and let's see. Actually, let's do this flower real quick, and then we'll move up and we'll do this window pane. So since we only have to do a little bit of background, and that way I can show you how I did the glass. So let's do this flower. Okay. Let's see. All right. Let's do yellow for this flower. So let's grab over here. Let's grab leather. Let's see. That is from the skin tone set number 001. Leather. Here we go. Okay. Then over to the yellows. Oh, nice, Deborah. Okay, so from leather, let's go to, let's see, I'm thinking mustard, which is Cobra set number 24. Whenever I say mustard, I think of the Alice in Wonderland Mad Hatter going, mustard! And that might be totally random if somebody for some reason hasn't seen Alice in Wonderland. All right, so from mustard, let's go to light yellow, and then we'll grab milk. So light yellow is gonna be Cobra set number 27. So we have the dark tone set, we have 2 of the Cobra set, and then we have milk from the Monarch set. There we go. Ooh, awesome, Ev, cool. All right, so we're going to go ahead, give these a quick sharpen. It's funny, this one you can see where the wood was being dyed, but like faded right here. It does make them stand out. How many other pencils do we know that has like dyed black wood? Oh, fun, Dominique. All right, so leather is our first color here. And these are all kind of like the yellow and the pink and the orange and the green. These are all colors that I incorporated in the kind of light spots in the back. And like I said, I might go over on the back with a little bit of gelatos just to make things a bit more uniform, make sure there's none of the tooth showing through. Aw, thanks, Bronny. Have a great walk. All right, so now we're gonna use mustard. Make sure we leave room for everything else. Now, when it comes to this section of it, this part is obviously open from the flowers, but this part here, the background, is gonna be behind the glass. So the glass will get the same kind of look that this top part has, where it's kind of lighter, but the front of these flowers will still be just as saturated because this is glass and this isn't covered by glass. Oh, nice, Ev. I love that. All right, so this is mustard. Okay, now we're gonna use light yellow. Gonna go over all of it. Press a little bit harder. Okay, and then we're gonna do milk. Definitely didn't just snap that lead. It's cool. I am just like iron fisting these, just pushing hard with these things today. Okay, we need a darker color here. Let's grab this dark brown. Actually, no, we're gonna grab Foxy Brown that we used on the little mushrooms, and we're gonna use that a little bit here. Okay, so Foxy Brown. Oh, nice, Ev. Yeah, that's not too bad at all. Okay, there we go. And then let's go ahead and grab the leather again. Okay. And then mustard. Okay, then light yellow. And then milk. Okay, let's do the stem. What do we have here? This is leaf green, that works. Oh, nice, Rinka. Sounds like a fun afternoon ahead then. All right, so leaf green. Like so, and then up from the bottom. Okay, and then let's grab, this is cool green. There we go. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and shift up because I want to make sure that we have plenty of time to do the window pane here. Okay, so what we need to do first is we need to finish the background. So we're going to grab the, let's see, Midnight, because that is what we have been using there. No, it's good. It's good. Oh, nice, Rinka. Yeah, digital versions are always really nice to have on hand. Okay, so now we're going to kind of do what we did over here, but we need to get this part of it done first so that we can get it accurately covered. Okay, so we're going to use Midnight. We are going to just fill this all in. Okay. Go a little bit darker here. Just fill that in, and then we'll use our blender. Oh, thanks. All right, so Midnight all the way through here. And this kind of leafy frond here was something I had already colored. I was kind of trying to plan ahead yesterday, knowing that I wanted to try and fit it as much as possible. So I was just like, all right, well, they've seen me color leaves quite a few times, so I'm like, it'll be okay if we already have this colored so we can make sure that we get in the important stuff here. Not that leaves aren't important, but this what we're doing here is slightly more complicated than coloring a little branchy leaf thing. Okay, so we're just filling in with the Midnight right now. Going a little bit harder near the corners. Okay. All right. Sounds good, Deborah. Thanks so much for being here. All right, gonna use our blender. And now we're gonna go ahead and cover with this Midnight. Now we don't need to worry too much about making sure that we eliminate all of the tooth because we're gonna be going over this pretty significantly with the white. So we're going to fill this in because we want this to be lighter than the background. It needs to express that not only is it going through one pane of glass with the front, but it's also going through a second one back here. Okay. Let's bring that up to there. Wipe it off. Hi, Caddy. Welcome, welcome. Okay, blend that. Now we're gonna do this part here. Just filling this part in here. Okay, it's a little rough, but that's okay. Oh, I realized I left out this spot with the inside of that frame. Hang on, we need to grab, let's see, let's see, chalk tone. A little bit there. And spider gray was the other one. Or spider web, that's what it was. Spider web goes there. All right, let's use a little bit of blender on that part there as well. Okay. All right, now we're gonna start using some of this white. Okay. So we're gonna do this like we would normally. I'm gonna fill that in there. Okay. Same thing here. Okay, for this, we're gonna fill this in here. Like I said, we want it to be pretty light because it needs to stand out differently from the rest of the frame. Sweep this away. Okay, now we're going to use the white on this as well because this is behind a single pane of glass. So we're just going over it. Just a little bit. Doesn't need to be too detailed at this point. Now before we go over the white on the background, I do want to add a little bit of blue. Okay, so let's grab the navy blue. Okay, I'm gonna go over that lightly, and then we're gonna use a little bit of the Prismacolor black as well. Okay. Here we go. All right, now the Prismacolor black. Like I said, doesn't need to be perfect because we're going to be blending over this mostly with white anyway. Okay. A little bit in there. Almost got it. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and give our white a quick sharpen. Okay, now we're gonna go over it like so. Gonna go over the whole thing. Okay, careful not to bring any of that black where you don't want it. So I'm gonna wipe go to the edge here. Make sure we'll remain consistent with the shape of this particular glow. And the glow may spread out more behind the glass because, I mean, if you think of that something where you look at it and it's mildly distorted from glass, like it's going to have more of a glow than when you're looking at it straight with your eye. Okay, so we're going to fill this in with white. Let's see. Oh, Nibbles. Yeah, he's making noise. For a second, I thought somebody came in that was named Nibbies, and I'm like, wait, who's that? Okay. Looks a little messy right now, but we're going to be refining it here in a minute. Right now, the point is just to get it covered. There we go. Okay, let's sweep this away. All right, let's grab a little bit of the dragon. Actually, no, we're gonna wait for just a second. Not quite done. All right, let's grab a little bit of Midnight. There's a couple little areas that got missed with black that should have it. So before we finish off the white, we're gonna fix that real quick. Then we'll go back over with the white again. And then we're gonna add our outside and our highlight. So just a little bit there. All right, a little bit in this corner. Okay, another quick sharpen. Okay, we're going to use the white on here. So that it's all consistently the same color. Now I don't want these leaves, the definition of the leaves, to completely disappear. So what we're gonna do after we add our white around the edge is we're gonna redefine some of these leaves just a little bit. But what I don't want is for any of the black lines to come through. So we need to make sure that we've covered the entire plant, the black line edges, with white, so it's all kind of grayed out. Okay. Along that side, there we go. All right, now we're gonna create a little bit of a highlight around the outside of it. So now is when I'm gonna press a little bit harder, and we are definitely gonna be breaking some nibs here. Like, absolutely. Because I am pressing rather hard. Okay, go around the edge. And like I said, this was one of the reasons I wanted to have a background in the first place. Welcome back, Rinka. I wanted to have a background in the first place because I wanted to have something behind there that really showed, kind of showed that there was glass here. You don't have to do black. You could do blue. You could do whatever you want. Okay. Now let's see. It's a little bit lighter than this one. I want to make it fairly consistent. So we're actually going to add a little bit more white on this side as well. There we go. That's better. Okay. So now before we do our highlights, I want to go in and I want to make sure that the edges that need to be black are black. Let's see, that's Forest. I'm looking for the Black Widow black. That's Fen Green. Ah, there it is. Okay, so Black Widow. Okay. And we're gonna go along the edge of the frame here. See, are we still in frame? Yes. I'm gonna go along the edge of it here. Same thing over here. I'm gonna make sure that this black line is still there, because that is on the outside of the glass. And it really helps to separate the glass from the rest of it. Okay, so there we go. There we go, just like so. All right, and now we're gonna grab Saber. Give that just a quick sharpen. Okay, and we are going to help to define just a little bit of these leaves. Okay. We're actually doing really good on time. It's only 11:30. Okay. We're gonna grab our Posca here in a minute to add some glass highlights. Like I said, we don't want this leaf to be completely muddied, so we're making sure that we add a little bit of definition to it. There we go. This one is a little bit darker than this one, so I think we should go ahead and keep that consistent. And let's grab Coal. I'm gonna sharpen that real quick. And we're gonna add to it. I want it to, like I said, be consistent. There we go. Then we can add a little bit more saber as well. We'll brush this away here in just a second. Okay. There we go. All right, now let's go ahead and grab the Posca. Okay, and we're gonna add some highlights here. And let's see, we're gonna add one here. And here. And I think one down here as well. There we go. And that is how I make that one look like it is behind the glass. And we got a little bit of a light glare here, but hopefully I can eliminate that when I take the picture. But yeah, that's how I do the glass on there. All right, let's go ahead and do these little fellas here. Who knows, maybe we'll actually finish this on stream. Let's do them in, really don't know what they are. Let's choose a little bit of chalk tone. Oh, thanks, Caddy. Thank you, Dominique. All right, so this is chalk tone. Let's do these in some browns to begin with. I don't know what I'll make the tops look like yet, but I'm leaning towards brown for the stalks. I mean, a lot of Rachel Reinert stuff is kind of abstract anyway, so we can kind of just make it whatever we want. There we go. A little bit like so. Let's see, and we have them on this side. I'm leaning towards natural colors for the caps of these two because they could be like a type of mushroom as well. So let's do, actually, let's do like a little bit of red. What do we have here? We got saffron. Saffron looks nice. And this is tarantula. Let's do a little bit of that. A little bit of tarantula. We're gonna go light. And then a little bit of saffron. Ooh, that'll be fun, Caddy. All right, saffron. Yeah, I like that. All right, so tarantula. And then for the stalk, let's grab fawn. Keep it kind of that brownish kind of theme. Go. Okay, and let's do this side. And we can still add in some black to these parts too. Just kind of tie in that background a little bit. Promise me that our last tone will be close to the beach. Oh, I like that, Caddy. All right, so tarantula. We can bring some of that tarantula into the stalk as well. Okay, a little bit there. We may even bust out with some gel pen. There we go. Okay, let's place here. Again, I don't really know what you would call these, so I'm just blazing my own path. Right, Dominique? It's so nice there. Be able to just like walking distance to the beach. I would go all the time. A nice beach though, a nice beach. I'd want a beach that's sandy, not rocky. I've been to rocky beaches. Those aren't nearly as fun. Like when I go to the beach, I want to be able to, like, you know, take off my shoes and walk in the sand, that kind of thing. Okay, now let's go ahead and do saffron. I think we'll definitely bring in some black on these. I feel like it needs it for that kind of pop of contrast a little bit. So let's grab Midnight, wherever that went. There it is. Yeah, exactly. It need to be sandy. That's good, Christina. Oh, nice, Kenny. All right, so now we're gonna use Midnight. We're gonna darken up. No, I was gonna say stalks, so it came out darken. I'm gonna darken out the stalks. No, we're gonna darken up the stalks. Okay. Just a little bit. Just give it that little bit of contrast. There we go. Turn just a little bit. Okay, now I think we should use a little bit of black on these mushroom thingies here. Oh, see, that sounds wonderful, Dominique. I love that. All right, we're gonna use some black here. Just a little bit. And some here. Okay. There we go. Okay, let's see. Let's do a little bit here. Oof, got some pencil crumbs underneath here. When I'm like pressing so hard, I end up with little pencil bits, and yeah, it ends up getting underneath the page, and then you get these little lumps in your page. Okay, we're just gonna add a little bit of black to some of these places. Just want to make sure that we bring some of that in here. Okay. Now, anything that we didn't cover today, we covered on the previous stream. So if you're curious how we did something, just check out the other stream. Because anything I did off stream, I explained at the beginning of the video. Okay, there we go. Let's add a little bit to this as well. And a little bit here. Not much, because it is yellow. But just enough. There we go. Okay, let us do some of these mushrooms now. Oh, thanks, Allie. Here, do we want to see it zoomed out so far? Like I said, I'm going to go over the background. There's some space. Words are hard today. It was a mix of space and places, and it just kind of came out. There were some places on here that didn't get as dark as I wanted to, so I think what I'll do is I'll try a little bit of gelatos on it to try and darken some of that up. I don't know how well you can see the colors on the lights in the background, but they're there, I swear. I think when it's done, it'll all kind of come together, but I feel like it's still mildly at that kind of awkward teenager stage. All right, so let's grab Negra and Foxy Brown. And let's see, what else did we choose? We chose Fawn and Milk, I believe. Yeah, those were the colors for it before. All right, so we're gonna do the rest of these here real quick. Oh, for fish and chips, right? Yeah, we did a major like purge of a lot of our stuff when we moved here. I still feel like we have too much stuff. All right, so I'm gonna get a sip of tea here. All right, so we're gonna use the darker brown first. Okay. see, let's bring this down a little bit. Just kind of following where the drawn creases are. Okay. A little bit on top. I mean, these might not be mushrooms. I don't know, but that's kind of how I'm coloring them. Wait, boot sales? What are boot sales? Like shoes? Or are you talking about like I know they call in some countries like the trunk a boot. Is that what it means? Okay, let's see. This is a confusing little section here. It's like it's overlapped, but not. We're just gonna ignore that line. I don't like it. I'm pretending that line doesn't exist anymore because it clearly folds over here. So what is this back here? I don't even know. Okay. All right. Oh, there you go, Caddy. Oh, gotcha, Dominique. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, load up the trunk, take it to a field, and sell it. Oh, that's fun. I haven't done that before. Is it like a bunch of people that get together, or is it usually just you out there with your car? Okay. Okay. All right, so we're gonna finish this over here. All right, and then it looks like this is folded. These lines aren't making sense to me. Okay, it's cool. It's cool. We're just gonna roll with it. This mushroom's doing its own thing. Okay, here we go. So we'll make sure that we are still in frame here. Oh, nice, Caddy. That makes it much easier. Okay, let's do a little bit from the bottom here as well. Gonna follow these lines here. Okay. All right, now we're gonna grab the, what was this? It was Foxy Brown. Right, Dominique? It's the loading and unloading like every day, and you're just like, eh. All right, let's turn this a little bit here. All right, so Foxy Brown. Okay. Just kind of filling in some of this space here. Oh, yeah, you'd have to compete with other sellers. Yeah, that makes it a bit more difficult. That's when you go into real seller mode. It's like, they may have another shoe rack, but I have a Mickey waffle iron. Do they have a Mickey waffle iron? Now you can have Mickey face shaped waffles for breakfast anytime you like. I bet they don't have a Mickey waffle iron. And then you tell them how you got this Mickey waffle iron from a secret rainbow fairy, so it makes it super rare and valuable, and they definitely want to get their hands on it. Yeah, exactly. All right, so now we're gonna use fawn. Like, this came from a sultan from some year long ago when there were sultans, and he wanted Mickey waffles because, you know, people over there in other countries back in medieval times, they wanted their Mickey waffles. Because the more ridiculous and absolutely like not real it sounds, the more they question, maybe it could be real. That's where you get them. Get them with confusion. It's the best way to do it. Confusion is my specialty, mostly because I am confused mostly all the time. Yeah, that's it. There you go. All right, now we're going to use milk. And let's see, we used burgundy last time and a little bit of black. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and use a burgundy now, wherever I put it. I don't have that many pencils out. Shouldn't be difficult. Here we go, burgundy. All right, so now we're gonna use a little bit of burgundy. Okay. Just a bit. Okay. You know, honestly, I thought that because I actually have one. My mom got it a long time ago. We used it like my entire childhood. And they, you know, the kids aren't at home anymore and they are off traveling. So I got the Mickey waffle iron, and so the kids get super excited. We don't do Mickey waffles all the time, but they get super excited when I bust out the Mickey waffle iron. And then, of course, they have fun, you know, putting syrup and butter in the eyes and the ears, and then, you know, eating the ears first and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, good times. Okay. A little bit of burgundy here. All right, then let's go ahead and grab our Negra again. Exactly, Caddy. Yeah, it's hard to do. I don't do it as much anymore unless I have something like it's just like a single item that's like significant. Like, I'll be honest, I still have the kids' crib, mostly because it was like one of the last baby items that I had a hard time letting go of. But it's a perfectly good crib, and I'm thinking it might be about time to finally let go of it. But you know, they were babies, and it was their crib. They both slept in that crib. Went from crib to toddler bed. It's a good crib. Figure I better do it now before they start making new cribs, and for some reason, like, mine gets vetoed. Be like, nah, this one's too old to be acceptable as a crib anymore. I'm like, aw, but it's perfectly good. And I'll say, fine then, I'll keep it. Yeah, good eating. All right, so fawn. Okay. And then we're going to use milk. And then we're going to use our blender, and then we'll add a little bit of black just like we did before, okay? Okay, so we're just kind of burnishing the paper now. I also have to be careful how I hold the blender because, like, I'm pressing hard today and I don't want to snap it because I totally would. Okay. All right. I'm gonna take just a tiny bit of white. I'm gonna lighten this, and I apologize. Remember, our little Steve is home today, so if you hear him, that's all it is. store it away until you have grandkids. I have a feeling though, but by the time I have grandkids, like the crib will be outdated. All right, then midnight, because I'd like to think we've probably got a good while till that happens. Okay, so just a little bit of black. Here we go. Let's see, did we get this part here? Of course, school's almost out, so we're probably gonna have to get used to more Wednesdays when both the kiddos are home. Aww. I love that, Ev. Yeah, because it's just the crib frame. It's not the mattress anymore. So, you know, we'd have to get a new mattress for it. But it's a 4-in-1, or what is it? 3-in-1. Basically, you know, it can be a crib and a toddler bed. You know, you can. It's not one of those like drop down railing ones anymore that are you know, supposedly not safe. It's a nice wood one. Still has the kids' teeth marks in it from when they started getting teeth and we're gnawing on the bed. It's pretty hilarious. Okay, let's see. All right, just a little bit of that there. All right, let's zoom out for a second. We are getting so close to being done here. Yeah, super, super close. We're almost out of time. Let's work on the background just a little bit. But it's getting super close. So let's grab Midnight. I've already put a fair amount of black on here, but it does need more before we use the blender. And then we're gonna start something new on Friday. So I'm gonna put the announcement out later today, but don't forget, this Sunday at noon, we are gonna have a special stream where we are gonna be doing a special giveaway. So stay tuned for that announcement. That should be a super fun weekend. Noon US Central Time. But yeah, there's going to be a pretty fun giveaway that I think everyone will enjoy. Okay. There we go. Let's make these a little bit darker. So let's grab that pink. Yeah, Sunday fun day. It'll be good. Okay. And then we're gonna do the washed green. Go a little bit darker here. Okay, and then let's see. That's fun. Oh, I like that, Mary. I like that a lot. Let's see. This is ice cream. Okay, and then this one was hot pink. That's blush. I need hot pink. There we go. There we go. All right, and then this one is milk. Get a little bit darker on that. Let's use our midnight just a little bit. Bye, Caddy. Thank you so much for being here. Right, the ones that convert, because you know you can use it for so much longer. All right, let's go ahead and use the blender now. Get that a little bit darker. Like, it doesn't look like I have much left to go on this, but knowing the touch-ups that I want to do on the background and the fact that we still have to finish these two backgrounds and the glass panes, like, I feel like there's still a lot more left to do on this page. I mean, it's not stuff that we haven't already covered, but I feel like I could easily spend another couple hours on this page. But that could just be my own OCD. All right, let's move that up a little bit. There we go. Okay. All right, let's add a little bit of the navy blue. Wait, a high chair that converts to a stroller? Well, that's interesting. I like that. Okay. bit of the blue. Okay, we're gonna grab the black. Let's see. You know, we're gonna be going over this white, so let's actually not do Prismacolor black. Let's just keep using the Midnight. But I wanna make sure that I get it everywhere that I want to get it. Little corners here, right up along the edges. Okay, there we go. All right, well, the next step after that is to break out the white, and of course we'll work on the background there, and then I'm going to grab the gelatos and I'm going to try and touch up the background, maybe add a little bit more color to some of these lights here, but I think for the most part, it's done. Like, we've covered every part, and now it will clearly have the foreground and the background and everything else. So, built in 1890. Oh, holy heck, that's awesome. But it looks a little bit dark on my phone here. I wonder if it's just as dark for you. Oh no, it's just my phone was dimmed. Anyway, so yeah, it's almost done, and I'll post a final picture of it when it is. I'm trying to turn it so we don't get that light glare, but yeah, it was interesting. I haven't done a background in a while, so that was fun. Anyway, well, I think we'll go ahead and stop there. And thank you again for your super chat. I appreciate that. Let's see, we'll be back Friday and we'll start a new page. What we'll start yet, I have no idea, but we'll do something. Anyway, all right, everyone. Keep being awesome, keep being amazing, and I will chat with you all in a couple days. All right? Thanks for being here, everyone. Bye.